What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Chris, man. I am here at the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast. It is Monday, August 25th, 2025. My name is Chris Drummond. I am a freelance sports reporter based out of upstate New York here and proprietor of this podcast, Work Hard, Play Harder, where I bring individuals on to talk about their why and get to know them outside of their occupation. I got a very special guest that's going to be coming on with me today. She is a news producer based out of Jacksonville for Channel 4. She's also done some work in Savannah and a couple other places as well. She's also a Georgia
Sorry.
Southern University graduate as well with a master's and an undergraduate degree. You got to love it. I love dogs. You got to love the dog walking in front of it. But her name is Franchette O Neal. And I want y'all to say what's up to her. Franchette, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here, and I'm so glad I get to talk about my work.
Absolutely. It's an honor to have you. There's no question about it. Like I said, once again, you look absolutely lovely today. Love the glasses, by the way. I love the glasses, no doubt. And my first question to you is the same as it always is with everybody that hops on this thing. And that is, what is your why? Why do you do what you do? Did you have any role models, any inspirations maybe growing up? But ultimately, what is your why for getting into the journalism industry?
I think my big why is to serve the community. I feel
Hmm.
I get gratification from knowing that I can serve my community, my local community, and also growing up, I didn't really see, you know, people in front of the camera or even behind the camera that's like me. There's not
Right.
there's still, some bridge that we have to cross for Asian Americans to get into journalism and all that. And I'm sure it's improved lately, but growing up, I didn't see, us represented in journalism. And so that's also kind of why I wanted to be in this industry, is because I want to show other people like me, hopefully, that, they can also be in this space.
I love that. I love that answer, by the way. Are you a part of AAJA?
I don't think so. Yeah, because I
Okay.
I won't lie to you, I didn't plan on like being in journalism because I want
Sure.
to film, but as time went on, I guess like I just kind of ended up loving news.
Sure, absolutely. I love the fact that you said you wanted to have more of be a representative of your heritage, of your people, and see that, and getting into journalism is what I should say, because there isn't a lot of minority,
Mhm.
at least growing up when I grew up, because I'm in my 30s now. There wasn't a lot of minorities, growing up that looked like me that was doing sports or news kind of like that. It has gotten better, don't get me wrong, and we do still have a we do still have ways to go, but it was not a lot growing up. And it's great to see minority faces in the journalism industry, because then you have little young girls or young boys that want to come up to you and be like, oh man, ask you questions and be like, wow, you do a pretty cool job and stuff like that. So it's amazing that you have that kind of mindset. I want to ask you, did you grow up in Georgia?
I did not. I actually grew
Okay.
I My dad was in the military, so I kind of grew up
Hmm.
moving everywhere. I was born in the Philippines, grew up there,
Okay.
and then we moved to Korea, and then we moved to Kansas, and then moved back to,
Wow.
no, wait,
Mm.
to Kansas, and then North Carolina, and then
Okay.
back to Korea, and then finally came to Georgia.
Okay. Wow. Yes.
Yeah,
My dad was also in the military as well. What branch was your dad in?
Army.
Okay, so mine was in the Navy. So I
Nice.
totally understand that. That's awesome. I want to ask you, because you picked Georgia Southern University. I'm very familiar with Georgia colleges because I graduated from Kennesaw State University. That is my undergrad. So that's near Atlanta, Georgia. So Statesboro is where Georgia Southern is. Tell me, were there any other schools that could have persuaded you from going to Georgia Southern?
Oh yeah, Hey Soul, sorry about this. I originally wanted to go to SCAD, but I cannot afford SCAD even with all the scholarships that they gave me. It was still very expensive, so I ended up
Sure.
going to Georgia Southern, which is my dad and my older siblings' alma mater. So we're a Georgia Southern family, pretty much.
Oh, wow. Okay. Now, SCAD being Savannah College of Arts and Design. Is that correct? Yes, I'm very familiar with that school too. Had a few people that go to that school, but that school is mad expensive.
Mhm.
Now, if you would have went there, what would you have kind of wanted to study? Because I remember you said something about you wanted to be in film or be kind of in the film. Did you want to be an actress? Did you want to be behind? Did you want to direct? What did you want to do in that lane, in that space?
I think I definitely wanted to be behind the cameras more. I wanted to do
Mhm.
and directing, maybe
Mhm.
myself because I enjoy creating stories and telling stories through a camera and visually, basically. Um, but I
Sure.
do have some acting experience. I've done a little bit of acting every now and then when I was in college. Um, but I think I definitely enjoy being behind the camera more. So,
I love asking producers that question because producers, there's a lot of producers that's like, no way, I'm not getting in front of the camera at all. I don't want that. I love being behind the scenes. But there is some that, because you definitely have a face for in front of the camera. There's no question about it. You're very welcome, very photogenic. But there's some producers that do want to be in front of the camera. So it's kind of a 50-50 split that I've had here on my on my platform here. So I love asking that question. I want to ask you some favorite questions though. And I want you to give me the 411 off the rip based upon these favorite questions. Okay, so Franche, here we go. Favorite meal you like to cook?
teriyaki chicken.
Ooh, okay. All right. I'm with you on that. I love me some teriyaki. Now hold on. What you making with the teriyaki chicken? Are you making some rice?
Yeah,
Are you making some okay. All right, cool, cool. Are you a brown or white rice person?
white rice.
Okay. All right. I may have to pull up and see you, Franche, when I come to Jacksonville again. It's been a minute since I've been to Jacksonville now, but yeah, I may have to pull up and see you. That's what's up. I'm a huge taco person. Love tacos. So Mexican food, Italian food is definitely something that I love for sure. So I love making that. Plus, it's pretty easy for sports reporters. We don't want to make stuff hard, and we're working nights and weekends. So yeah, I love that. Okay. Favorite concert you've ever attended?
Um, I haven't really been to a lot of concerts. I would say
Mm,
the weekend.
that's my favorite. Absolutely. I've seen him twice.
I,
No
I've,
question about that. You said what?
I've only seen him once, sadly.
Only seen him.
Another.
That's okay. That's all right. Totally, totally cool. I got a chance one of them was on a whim. I was in Chicago. We were looking for something to do. I had family out there. I was born in Chicago, but raised in California. So I had family out there, and they said, let's go see the weekend. He happened to be playing at the time at Soldier Field. And the last time that I saw him was in Atlanta, Georgia. In my college years, going to the Mercedes Benz and seeing him because Starboy is one of my top 5 albums of
Right.
his of all time. So I love that album for sure. Okay, I'm with you on that. You got some good music taste, I see.
Thank
You're very welcome. Favorite place you've ever traveled to?
you, Japan. Actually, no,
Japan.
Croatia so far.
Okay. Well, now was that a family trip? Was that like a girls trip? Was that a
It was
boyfriend
um
girlfriend trip? What kind of trip was that?
yeah, my dad was stationed in Germany, so I went and visited my parents when they were living there, and then we went to take a trip to Croatia while I was there, and like it was just very breathtaking, I guess.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to hit you up for that because I haven't been to Croatia, and I definitely need some recommendations. I just got my passport last year, so I'm gonna be traveling through these next 10 years for sure, going to different places. So I'll definitely have to get some recs from you about Croatia. I like that. That's what's up. Two more of the favorites, but this is a sports one, and it's a two-part question. So here we go. Favorite sport you like to watch on TV, and also favorite sport you like to attend in person. They can be the same sport.
Um, Probably favorite sport to watch on TV. I don't really watch a lot of sports, I'll be honest with you, but like I could watch basketball. Um,
Okay. 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 I'm with you on that.
Favorite game to watch in person?
Hmm.
Probably hockey, because I used to work for the Savannah Ghost Pirates, and like their games were pretty fun to watch.
I definitely know about them. You know about the Savannah Bananas too, right?
Yes, I used to work for the Savannah Bananas. The
Mhm.
only thing with Savannah Bananas because it gets really hot out there in the
It
basement,
does.
so I enjoy being indoors during the hockey games.
For sure, definitely know about that. I'm a huge listen. Savannah's probably one of my favorite places to go, because I love Tybee Island. If you know about that as well, that's one of my favorite. I'm a water person, so I love water, love beaches, love good scenery. So, yeah, definitely one of my favorite spots to go to. I love the fact you said basketball because that's my favorite sport for sure. So you already won me over. There's no question about that. And then that's attending in person. Football would be watching on TV, unless I'm covering it. Then obviously I want to be there in person. But yeah, football on TV for sure as a fan. Last of the favorites. When I do come back to Jacksonville, because I've only been there once, and that was with a friend. And no, sorry, twice. I've been there twice to see Georgia and Florida football games because they play every year in Jacksonville. Um, Tell me, I'm a huge foodie. What places should I go out to eat at? And what's your favorite place to go out and eat at?
Um, I actually don't really have like a favorite yet because I just moved here recently.
Mm,
But
mm.
boyfriend, we go to this Mexican place a lot, Tijuana Flats. So
Oh,
enjoy it there.
okay.
Would recommend that.
Okay, there's no question. No question. I'm definitely going to Tijuana Flats. I'm a huge, like I said, taco person, so I'm with that. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna have to say what's up to you when I do come down to Jacksonville. I have a friend down there who is from Jacksonville, and he loves the Jacksonville Jaguars for whatever reason. God bless his heart, but he but he loves that team for
Trying.
sure. You said what?
They're trying.
Yeah, they certainly are. They certainly are for sure. It should be an interesting season for them down there. But like I said, I'll definitely have to try Tijuana Flats next time I'm there because I love me some good Mexican food and a good margarita too. I normally only drink margaritas in Mexican spots. I don't know why, but I'm just weird like that for some reason. But it's a good vibe. Let's talk about your day to day. Okay, as a producer, you're kind of controlling the scenes behind the scenes, helping out the anchors, reporters, helping produce stories. I'm not sure what time slots, because normally producers have time slots for which show that they're producing. For that, I would love to know your day-to-day process of getting things together. What time do you work normally, from what time to what time? Because producers work all different kinds of times of the day. Journalism is not a 8 to 5 business hour type of job. It's really unconventional hours, as you know. So tell me, what is your day to day and what shows do you produce?
I produce the 6:30 and the 11 p.m. shows, and I also
Okay.
produce the weekend shows. Lately, I've had a weird schedule because we're moving some people around, but yeah, that's my shows. And my normal day to day, basically, I would come in, we would have our meetings, and just kind of figure out where our reporters are going to be at shows wise. And then when I get back to my desk, I start looking for stories that are, or news information that are going into my show. Looking through emails, seeing if like people are sending in information about like an event that they're going to, or even press releases and stuff like that. The 6:30 p.m. is national focused, um so I am kind
Okay.
of having to keep up with like the national stuff and the local stuff. But I look around all over the internet, my emails, and social media for information to put out on my shows.
So you kind of work the night side shift, like kind of what a sports reporter does, from afternoon to late night, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Has there ever been a time where you produced a show? Because this bonus question came up in my mind, Frenchie. Has there ever been a time where you produced a show where it was hard news, where it was just a difficult story to like produce, watch, see? What was your reaction to it? Or did you take it home with you, or did you kind of leave it there at the office? Because sometimes in this industry, you're not always going to have cookie cutter type stories. Every story is not going to be a great story. Some stories are very difficult to see, watch, hear. So how do you deal with that?
I think the most recent one I would say that I covered that was really just hard was the FSU shooting um,
Yeah,
in April, I believe. Yes. And the like I said, whenever we're trying to figure out our shows, we're having to look through information, things that are being sent, social media information from police and stuff. And during that time, we were getting videos from people that were there, from students that were there of what was going on. And
sure.
having to sit there for hours just having to look through those videos, and like you just have your headset on and all you hear is like people like being scared, running away. It Sorry, my cat's here. It sticks to you, and like as much as I wanted to leave it at work, I kind of came home and I just was exhausted because that's all I had to deal with that whole day. And I think I think of myself in their positions too, and like it's a scary situation to be in. So like I just kind
Right.
of sit on that and reflect on it when I got home, and I try to tell myself, that like the world will eventually, hopefully, become a better place. But as of right now, clearly that we need to think about each other and the actions that are consequences of our actions is what I meant. But most of the time when I do get hard news, I try to leave it at work and, kind of separate my life from my work life because
Sure.
it's, it gets hard for a journalist to, like, I feel like a lot of people overlook, or not a lot of people, but I feel like journalists, we cover, mental health issues or mental health resources, but I feel like we don't have enough for us journalists. I feel like nobody ever really talks about our mental health. So
Right.
I try to like just kind of separate them, but the FSU shooting was kind of a little difficult. So I try to reflect on, how how can we be better as people? How can we be better as a society after that?
I love that. I love that take, and I appreciate your transparency on that. And it's a great segue because I definitely want to ask you about mental health and work-life balance. I typically try to ask that question to almost everybody in media because it's an important question to ask. We all deal with things, we all go through things, we all have adversity of different ways with our lives, and that's professionally and also personally. I've seen journalists step away from this industry because of their mental health being broken and having breakdowns. I've seen people also step away because of work life balance. We never have it 100%. It's very difficult for people that's outside of the journalism space to understand what we go through as a journalist. It's just hard for them to understand. And that's that's just my opinion, because I've dealt with it for many years. They're still good friends of mine, but it's just hard for them to definitely understand what I'm going through unless I'm talking to a fellow journalist, somebody that's in the industry. I want to know, dealing with these stories and, with schedules and changes, because journalism is always changing. How do you keep your mental health strong but also still have that work life balance? Because, like I said, you seem like a wonderful person to be around. You
Thank
seem like somebody, no problem, no problem. I'm sure your family and friends will tell you the same thing, Franche. But you also need time for yourself. You also have friends. You have a job. I mean, it just you have a lot of stuff going on too, just like everybody else does. So, how do you keep your mental health strong and still have that work life balance?
I definitely recommend having a therapist. That's
Mm.
helped is going to therapy. And I think
Mhm.
so I've learned to, like I said, separate work from my personal time. Um,
Sure.
and I feel like I also have a good boyfriend that helps me separate them out. Because, when I start thinking or bringing up work, he's like, chill out, you're off, you're not working anymore. I'm just like, okay, you're right. So that's another thing. And I feel like also building a strong, like, work ethic helps me kind of separate those out too, because when I go into work, I have this mindset and thinking that, like, all right, we got to serve the community. So then when I get there and I'm serving the community, and most of the time when there's not hard news, I like I said, I get to just leave it there. And it's like, I've done my job, the community is asleep, we're good. And then I come home and I just get to enjoy my time with my partner, with our pets, and try not to think about work. But like I said, having people by your side who can, like, pull you out if you're um kind of getting back into that work mode is also very helpful. So yeah, and therapist.
Well, again, thank you for that transparency. People don't really talk about going to therapy. Well, now they do now more so than they used to, right? They didn't used to really mention stuff like that. I mean, it was almost like, oh, you looked at as you soft, or that you're weak minded because you're going to therapy. And I think therapy is a very good thing, because sometimes you got to have somebody different other than a loved one or a partner or somebody like that to kind of tell you what you need to hear instead of what you want to hear. Sometimes your loved ones tell you what you want to hear and make you feel good and kind of put that false perception in your mind that everything's okay, when you really need to go to a professional and talk to them and find out, yeah, and find out from their perspective what they're thinking. So I love the fact that you do go to therapy. I personally like to work out. I also like to write poetry. So I like to watch documentaries. I'm a huge sports documentary person, so I love watching that. That kind of calms me, relaxes me, and it gets me thinking about the important things in my life for sure. As I'm watching the documentary as well. So, but it's a great segue because I want to talk to you about advice now. What is some advice that you would give someone, maybe an intern? I'm sure you have interns there at the station. I'm sure that you've had met people that are recent college graduates. What is some advice that you would give an individual that wants to be a news producer or wants to go into broadcast journalism?
I would say communicate, because I think that's one of the biggest things that we have to do in this industry is to communicate. Because if you're not able to, if it's hard for you to talk about, like, what you want to do in your show, if you don't kind of take hold of your show and communicate to produce other producers and other reporters that this is how you want it, you're
Right,
I mean, yeah, you'll eventually learn, but at the same time, like, you're not getting your own show. You're letting other people mold your show. So, like, yes, you will have that guidance, of what's going in your show, but at the same time,
right.
you need to take hold of it and communicate what you want to do, what you're doing, how you want to plan things out. Um, that's one of my biggest advice. And also, like I said, just think of the community whenever things get hard, because that's really who you're serving. And I mean, I hope that's what people are going into journalism for, is to serve community. So yeah.
I'm glad you said that last part, because there sometimes can be a misconception, Franche, on what journalism really is. Right? They see people in front of the TV, anchors, reporters, or that very beautiful, very beautiful woman, handsome guy that's doing that. I want to be famous. I want to be on TV. I want to do this, and journalism is not really about that. Journalism is a serving, it's a calling, it's being an advocate for the people, it's being a pillar in your community. It's really not about just the fame and the glamorous stuff, but people see that because all they see is the final product of what happens at your show, 6:30 and 11 p.m. They see those people on TV. So they don't know behind the scenes of what's going on and things of that nature. And that's one of the reasons why I like to do this podcast. You want to add something?
Oh, I was just agreeing with you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I love that. I love the fact that you said that. Bonus question here though that I wanted to ask you is what is well, it's a two-parter. The first part is what is the biggest misconception about being a news producer that people might not know?
Ooh, I don't know. Oh, that I guess like we're bossy. I don't know. I feel like I'm not very bossy. Um, I feel like I'm nice, but I guess yeah, that's the only thing.
I'm I like that because I've heard other producers say that on my platform. They say that controlling is the word that they use. They use controlling a lot, and I don't really see producers as a controlling, but I do see producers as an overseer and kind of manager of the show, right? Because you're the people that keep the show flowing,
Hmm.
keep the show on board. Even if you have a monkey wrench that throws into it, what's your job is to make sure, even if it goes off track, to get it back on track. That's the role of the producer.
Oh, yeah.
But you hear the words controlling a lot. What do you think about words like that when people say producers are like so controlling?
I try not to like think about it too much because, like I said,
Hmm.
I feel like I'm not that bossy, controlling producer.
Right.
The misconception, because
Hmm.
like I said, if a reporter comes to me and tells me, hey, like I can only do this, you know it's hard to do that, then I would just be, I'd tell them, okay, that's fine. I mean, unless it's really needed, I can be flexible is basically what I'm saying. And like,
I love it.
yeah, and I think, yeah, that's what I tell myself when I hear that. I'm just like, I'm not.
Right, right, and I love that. I love that you're not. I really do. The next bonus question is, what have you learned from your previous stops that now is different that you applied to this particular stop? 'Cause you said I think you only been in this role for about 7 months, 6 or 7 months.
Yes.
Um, right. So from your previous stops, what have you learned to now that you're applying to this new stop here in Jacksonville?
I want to say a lot of the things that I learned, I'm applying here now because in Savannah, that's where I started as a news producer. Um,
Yeah.
and I learned a lot from the people there. So now I'm applying it here and I'm growing more here, which is nice.
Where now, do you want to stay as far as a news producer, or do you want to kind of, because some people like to just news produce and stay production behind the camera, and that's fine. Do you want to kind of increase that role behind the camera? Do you see yourself ascending to maybe a different position, maybe later on in your journalism career, or you kind of want to stay at the news producer level?
Um, I think I'm debating between staying in the news behind the camera or doing a bit of both, being in front of the camera and producing at the same time because like I feel like I can do both. Um, but
I
right,
think so.
just I'm still teetering between the two.
Okay, I like that. I like that. I hope you do both because I think you'll be amazing at both. There's no question about that. We've reached the portion of the podcast now that we're going to do my interactive game called This or That. It's a game that I like to play with all my guests here on the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast, and it's very simple. I'm going to throw some things at you, and you get to choose this or that. So, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Out of these two restaurants, if you had to choose, which restaurant would you eat at? KFC or Popeyes?
Popeyes.
Girl, you on point like a period. Okay, here we go. You doing your thing right now. I like that. Okay, we starting off good. When it comes to chicken wings, which of these two flavors would you rather have on the chicken wing? Barbecue or lemon pepper?
Lemon.
Okay. Which I would not say which. Do you like your wings wet or dry?
Dry.
Do you like your wings bone in or boneless?
Bone in.
Okay, so you're a dipper. Do you like to dip it into the sauce?
Oh no, I just tear it up.
No. Okay, so you put the dry rub sauce on and then you just eat the wing.
Yep.
Okay, I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. I like that. Listen, I can get messy or dry. It don't matter to me. Just put that wing on me. That I love me some chicken wings. So I definitely love it. Okay. These next five questions have to do with music concerts you rather attend. What would you say is your preferred choice of genre of music, or do you listen to everything?
I would say I listen to everything. Yeah.
Okay, okay, here we go. I'm gonna test you out. The first concert, which concert would you rather go to? Rihanna or Beyonce?
Ooh, that is rough. I'm gonna say Rihanna because like she hasn't been out in so long that it's like it would be rare if she had a concert. So I would definitely go to Rihanna.
Yeah, she's on baby number three now. She's about
Right.
to pop out baby number three. So
Where's
she's doing
out?
her thing with that. So my goodness. Okay. And I'm with you on that. Which music concert would you rather go to? Would you rather see Chris Brown or Usher?
Neither?
Oh my damn.
Sorry.
Did you just say neither one, Chris Brown nor Usher?
Yeah.
Wow, Frank J. Wow. Okay. That is definitely a first here on the Work Hard Play on the podcast. Okay. Listen, I'll switch it up. Here we go. Which music concert would you rather go see? Would you rather go see her or SZA?
SZA all the way.
Okay, you a SZA. Okay, I like that. I like that. All right, all right. See, I can pivot. I can pivot on that. Which music concert would you rather go see? Would you rather go see Ariana Grande or Taylor Swift?
Ariana Grande. Really neither. I'm not, but I would pick Ariana Grande over Taylor Swift, I would say.
Okay, so you are certainly not a Swiftie, is what you're saying. Okay, okay, I'm with you on that. I'm not either. I'm not either. Two more of the music. Which music concert would you rather go see? Would you rather go see The Weekend or Post Malone?
The weekend. As soon as you said that.
Okay, okay, I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. Last one of the music. Which music concert would you rather go see in their primes? Okay. Would you rather go see Boys the Men or New Edition?
Boys to Men, I think. I feel like I know more of their songs than New Edition. I don't think I've ever heard of New. So
Franchette, we're gonna have to change. We're gonna have to change it up, girl. I'll send you a playlist. Don't even worry about it. I got you. I got you on that. But I'm still shocked with the neither Chris Brown nor Usher. My goodness, they got some bops, girl. They got some singles. Just neither one, huh? Okay, I'm with you on that. This next two questions are sports. Which sport would you rather watch on TV? Football or baseball?
baseball,
Okay. Which sport would you rather play? Badminton or bowling?
bowling.
Are you a good bowler?
Nah. I just like the game. It's fun.
Do you need the bumpers?
No.
Okay, that's good. That's good. As long as you don't need the bumpers, you're all right. You're all right. So that's cool. Do you like desserts?
Kind of.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you cut out. What did you say?
Oh, sorry. I'm not big on sweets.
Mhm. Okay. Well, do you like potato chips?
Not really big on chips either.
Oh my goodness, Franchette. No chips, no sweets. What do you eat snacks at all?
Yeah.
What do you eat?
Uh, granola bars, some fruits.
Oh, it's okay. All right. Well, let's do this. Let's do the fruit. I'm gonna name four categories of fruit. Okay, because I love me some fruit too. Uh, you got to choose one of these that you will get rid of and never eat again. Okay, so here we go. The first one is grapes. The second one is bananas. The third one is apples. The last one is watermelon. Which one are you getting rid of?
The dang, that's hard. Probably the bananas.
Okay. Now you
Yeah,
don't have to choose between the other three, but what is your favorite fruit to eat?
apples.
Okay, green, red, don't matter.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm with you on that. Are you a huge apple juice person? Do you like apple juice too?
not really.
Just the actual fruit of the apple.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. All right, you did pretty solid on this or that. Did pretty solid. I want to ask this next question though, because this next question is called bucket list. I would love to get a top four bucket list from you as far as events or stories that you would like to do in your journalism career that you haven't done yet.
Um, Probably cover something national related, like at the White House. Um,
No.
Covered the Olympics. I did get to cover it when it happened the past year or whatever, and when I was still in Savannah, but I was in
Mhm.
Savannah producing a show about the Olympics. So it's not really, I feel like that wasn't really covering the Olympics.
Right, right.
Yeah, I would also love to go to like a red carpet event for like a movie premiere. That would be
I
cool.
can see that. I can see you doing that.
So yeah, I think those.
Yeah. Okay, so you said red carpet, you said Olympics, you said White House, and what else did you say?
And I think those are my bucket list so far.
Okay, okay, got you. Would you would you want to do something maybe like a court? Well, I'm gonna say a court case.
Yeah, I think I would
Oh,
also do a court case. That would be cool.
okay.
High profile.
Okay, I could totally see you doing that. I really could. I could see you on the red carpet too, being not just producing it, but being on the red carpet. Like, is there a particular red carpet, like maybe the Oscars or the Grammys or the Billboard Awards? What kind of event would you want to do, like as a bucket list type thing, or would you want to do all three?
All three, yeah, but the Oscars for sure.
Oscars for sure. Okay, so you're a movie person. I got you. Okay, that's awesome. What's the last movie that you seen?
What was the last movie that we saw? We saw Sinners at the theaters. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, that was pretty good. That was a pretty good one. I think the last movie I saw was Nobody 2. Nobody 2 was the last movie I saw, which was solid. It's pretty solid. Okay. The next top 4 question that I have is give me a top 4 list of things to do. You could choose Savannah or you can choose Jacksonville. The next time that someone would go to those places, what is the top 4 things that they should do?
Definitely go to Tybee if you're gonna be in Georgia, and also
Okay.
go downtown. Um, it's really nice in downtown Savannah, very historic feeling. Um,
Mhm.
Here in Jacksonville, I would recommend going to the beach and going down St. John's River on a boat. It's pretty cool.
St. John's River. Okay. Now, how long is that boat ride?
Depends. We went on like a 30-45 minute boat ride.
Okay. Okay, that's not bad. That gives me some ideas of what to do, and obviously, if anybody watches this, it certainly will give them some ideas too to go down there and do that. What is some advice that someone has gave you that you hold on dearly to?
For my career, definitely networking. because like it's one of the biggest things that you can do, especially in this industry, is to have connections and to network and basically kind of sell yourself and your abilities.
I like that. No question about it. One of the first questions I asked you was you in the because I'm in NABJ, which is National Association of Black Journalists. I think Asian Association of Asian Journalists is one, but it's also NAHJ as well. And the AA. My goal is to go to all three in 2026. I would love to do that because I would love to build some connections to do that. Now, the last one for the Asian journalists was in Seattle this past year. I'm not sure what 26 is going to be, but um, I don't know if that's something that may interest you, but you might want to check that out
Yeah.
just in case, for sure. But I know NABJ is in Atlanta next year, which is no question. I'm definitely gonna go there since I have family there too. Makes sense. And then NAHJ is in New Orleans next year, which is I just went there this previous time for the Super Bowl. So definitely something interested to go there too. So yeah, I have to find out where the Asian one is and definitely get that information over to you. But I love the fact that you said networking because it's not just about what you have and what you have done, but it's also about who you know.
Mm.
It's one of the main reasons why I got my first full-time job in this business too, was networking for sure. Um, I think it's very important. Tell me a couple of stories that you've done in your career that have made a huge impact or left a huge impact on you.
um I would say the FSU shooting so far is like one of the big
Mhm.
things. And I think there was one when I was in Savannah. It was a an inmate that was scheduled to be executed, and so I was covering that and just kind of like seeing if it would get postponed or stopped by the governor because they can do that. But
Mm.
never really came, and he ended up getting executed. So that
Oh
those
wow.
those two are probably the ones that have been stuck to me so far.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's crazy. Now, did you just get the story or did you actually like see the execution like
Oh no,
happen?
did not see the execution. I don't think
Oh, okay.
I don't think it was
Okay.
or videotape, whatever. It was just the information, like we were sent reports of like what was going on as the day was happening. The night, really.
Got you. Okay. Okay. Franche, I want to do some rapid fire with you. And basically what that is that I'm gonna throw some things out, and the first thing that pops up in your mind, you just shout it out with glee. Okay, so here we go. The first thing. So, pancakes or waffles?
Waffles,
Chicken or ribs?
chicken,
Favorite color?
pink,
Favorite Netflix TV series or TV show?
Squid Game.
Are you a Squid Game person? You like Squid Game? That season 3 was crazy, wasn't it?
It
It
was,
was crazy. Wow. That was such an emotional roller coaster for season 3.
mm,
No question about that. Okay. Okay. All right. That's what's up. I'm a huge Squid Game person too. Um, favorite alcoholic drink?
seltzers. The good
Okay. Okay. I mean, that's good. Seltzers. That's cool. Favorite sandwich?
egg salad sandwich.
Okay. I like that. Now, favorite board game?
Cards Against Humanity.
Okay. All right. Now take them out. Let's ask this one. Favorite card game outside of that?
Mm, I guess not. I don't really have one.
You got like go fish, Uno, hearts,
Oh yeah,
spade.
Uno's fun.
Yeah, okay, I'm with you on that. Okay. If you had a choice to pick 3 people with you to go on vacation, who would those 3 people be that you select and where would you go? Now, mind you, before you pick Franche, you can pick family, friends, or celebrities.
Okay. Probably my boyfriend and two of my best friends. We would probably go to, I want to say Japan. Yeah, I want to go back to Japan.
Man, okay. I'll definitely have to hit you up on some recs on that one too. I've not been to Japan yet. That's amazing. If you had a choice to choose between 3 artists or 3 songs to listen to on repeat and never get tired of, who would those 3 artists or 3 songs be?
It would be The Weeknd, Lana Del Rey, and dang, who would be my third artist?
Would be your third artist?
I actually don't know if I'd have a third artist.
Do you what about we got The Weeknd, Lana Del Rey,
Oh,
what about Dua Lipa?
nah, too pop, too poppy. SZA, yeah.
Oh, there you go, SZA. Okay, because I'm about to say the weekend voice is that's kind of a poppy kind of sound too. So I get it, but his voice is very unique as well. Nobody really sounds like him at all. So I like those artists. That's what's up. What is something? Let me see if I can get this question right. What is something that you would do in life that you would absolutely like dominate in? And what I mean by that is, what are you really good at?
Probably art. I like
Now, is it painting or drawing?
paint.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. All right. What is something that you would do in life that you would absolutely suck in, that you're just terrible at?
Sports.
Okay. Is it like no sport, like pickleball, tennis, golf, no sport?
Yeah, I'm not very good at sports.
Okay, okay, that's okay. That's all right. Now, mind you, have you ever been to a sipping wine kind of tasting stuff like that, where you paint and you drink wine and you paint? Have you ever did that?
I we had like my friends and I had our own type thing. We didn't go to a place, but like
Yeah.
my friends organized something like that. So it was cool.
Yeah, yeah. I tried that a couple times. I was very awful with the painting. The wine was great, but I was awful at painting for sure. I love doing stuff like that. Last of the rapid fire. If they came to you and they said, Franche, you do an excellent job of producing news. You're absolutely wonderful, which you are, no question. But we want to change your genre. We don't want you to do news anymore. We want out of these 3 genres, which one would you choose? Would you choose travel, entertainment, or sports?
Travel.
I like that. I like that. You're very decisive, by the way, which I also love. There's no like hesitation with your answers in these. So I love that. This has been a really cool conversation. It really has.
Thank you for
Um,
inviting me.
no, no, thank you for coming on. I really do appreciate it. Just learn about your why, learn about who you are, what you do. Obviously doing 2 shows night side pretty much and being able to produce it, being able to kind of manage the scenes is not an easy job. For sure. It's not an easy job to do, but you do it with such grace.
Thank
And I love that. I really do. My final question to you is there anything else you would like to add about the industry, your job, or anything at all before we conclude?
I would say to anybody who's interested in getting into the news industry, go to your local stations because you, local news is important. It's more important than national news, really. I mean, yes, you have to know national news, but the community wants to know what's happening in their community. So for those people, get into your local stations. But for people who are watching the news, I hope that you watch local news too, because like I said, it's they're more catered to your community versus a national news. And also, let's be honest, some of these national TV stations or news shows, they get really clickbaity, or
Sure.
like they tend to sensationalize a lot of things, which is just a very national thing, I feel. But with local news, you get really, really good information about what's happening around you instead of just everything else. So it also helps make life less stressful, I feel. So yeah.
No, I appreciate that, Franchette. I really do. Local news needs to be supported. Local newspapers, which are dying, the publications, they need to be supported as well, because it's important. It's important to know what's going on around you, not just the world. And there's people out here working very hard to get that information out to the community and the public. So we appreciate you, and I'm sure the Jacksonville community appreciates what you guys do for Channel 4. And I appreciate you for hopping on my podcast. I want you to enjoy the rest of your Monday, and you and I will most certainly be in touch.
Yes, thank you.
You take care now.
Take care. Bye.